Hello, Professor Cadney's here, and this is the article In Praise of the F Word. As usual, I'm going to read the first couple of paragraphs with you, and then you'll be on your own for annotating the rest of the article. This is an article that you're going to write a summary about, okay? So when I'm doing the annotations, I'm going to annotate for main idea detail, and then also I'm going to write some personal connections in the margins as well. But make sure that you at least annotate for main idea and detail since you are going to be writing a summary. In praise of the F word. So when we look at that title, in praise of the F word, what do we think? Well, it's a little bit like a clickbait title, right? What do we think the F word is? Yes, it's supposed to make you think of that F word. But in fact, the F word that she's going to be speaking about is the word, spoiler alert, failure. Okay, so she's going to be talking about the importance of failure. Okay, so this was written on May 6th of 1991 in a magazine called Newsweek, and it's one of the most popular articles that's anthologized because it's provocative and it's also readable. So let's look at this article, In Praise of the F Word by Mary Sherry. Tens of thousands of 18-year-olds will graduate this year and be handed meaningless diplomas. These diplomas won't look any different from those awarded their luckier classmates. Their validity will be questioned only when their employers discover that these graduates are semi-literate. Okay. So, what's being said there? Well, a whole lot of people are going to graduate from high schools and they're still not going to know how to read and write. That's what semi-literate means. So, in terms of personal connections here, I want to click review, right? It makes a personal connection. Whoops, I did the thing again where I did not click in the right spot. So we're going to go back nice and patiently, reminiscing, having some nostalgia about our technology unit. And here we are back again in the issues in education unit. Okay, and we're going to talk about the word semi-literate and what this whole paragraph is about. So my connection with this is just that sometimes students come to CCP and have really been cheated by their high school educational system. So sometimes, people are come to CCP, right? And they've had high school experiences, and maybe you're one of them, right? Where there's so much behavioral issues going on that you can't really focus on learning, or there's so many other issues going on personally with people that you made it through high school, you maybe just were passed along, but you didn't necessarily learn everything you needed to know, right? So I can connect to that. Some really brilliant people have come to CCP who have been completely cheated by the educational system that they've come from. So that's one connection that I have. If we're looking at the main idea of this paragraph, it's this notion of the meaningless diplomas, right? And then the specific detail is going to be that employers find that their workers are semi-literate. Semi-literate. So now let's look at the next paragraph, right? Eventually, a fortunate few will find their way into educational repair shops, adult literacy programs, such as the one where I teach basic grammar and writing. So that's sort of like the workshops that CCP offers before the 98-99 classes. Some would argue that since 98-99 is a remedial class, that is also a type of workshop where you're getting some of the skills that you should have gotten in your high school experience. Okay. There High school graduates and high school dropouts pursuing graduate equivalency certificates will learn the skills they should have learned in school. They will also learn that they have been cheated by our educational system. Okay, so the main idea of this paragraph basically is the skills learned in the adult literacy programs, right? And in those programs, people are going to learn that they've been cheated. Oops, well, we'll do this one then. They should have learned it in high school, right? They have been cheated by the educational system. So the paragraph's about like what people learn when they're in these adult literacy programs. Okay, so what you're going to do with this is to continue to annotate it, and then you're going to write a summary of this article. Okay, so if you forget how to write a summary, please review the How to Write a Summary video. Okay, and as always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.